For decades, Uranus was the forgotten planet, a pale blue sphere drifting at the edge of our solar system, cold, quiet, almost irrelevant. If you asked astronomers about it, they would describe a featureless world, distant and uneventful, a frozen relic rolling sideways through space. It was the planet nobody expected to surprise us. And yet, hidden thousands of kilometers above its clouds, something extraordinary was happening. For over 30 years, scientists knew that Uranus was losing heat in a way that made no sense. Its upper atmosphere was cooling year after year, defying every model we had. Its magnetic field behaved like it was falling over. Its auroras refused to follow the rules, and we had no way to truly see what was going on. Until now. The James Webb Space Telescope has delivered the image we've all been waiting for. Not just a picture, not just a snapshot, but the first three-dimensional view of Uranus's upper atmosphere ever created. And what it revealed is forcing us to rethink how planets work, how magnetic fields shape worlds, and how energy moves through an ice giant's sky. This isn't just about Uranus. This is about rewriting the physics of giant planets. Let's start at the beginning. To understand why this discovery matters, we have to rewind to 1986, when NASA's Voyager 2 made its historic flyby of Uranus. It was our first and only close-up encounter with the planet. What it revealed seemed simple at the time: a pale blue world, staggeringly cold, almost lifeless in appearance. There were no dramatic storms visible from Earth, no bold stripes like Jupiter, no rings blazing with structure like Saturn. Just a smooth, faint, almost generic sphere. But Voyager's instruments measured something profound. The upper atmosphere plunged to -224 degrees Celsius, making it the coldest planetary atmosphere in the entire solar system. Colder than Neptune, colder than anything else orbiting the Sun. Uranus wasn't just distant, it was bone-chillingly cold. At first, that seemed consistent. It's far from the Sun. It receives little solar energy. Case closed, except it wasn't. Because in the years after Voyager's flyby, astronomers began noticing something strange when observing Uranus from Earth. The planet's upper atmosphere wasn't stable, it wasn't static, it was getting colder, year after year, and that's where the mystery truly began. Starting in the early 1990s, ground-based observations revealed a baffling trend. Uranus's upper atmosphere appeared to be cooling continuously, not fluctuating, not oscillating, cooling. A planet that, far from the Sun, should already be in thermal equilibrium, quietly radiating what little energy it absorbs. It should not display a long-term dynamic cooling process that defies simple explanation. Why was it losing heat? What mechanism was draining energy from a world that barely receives any to begin with? For 3 decades, scientists had no real answer. All they had was a single flyby snapshot from Voyager 2 and faint, blurry atmospheric signals detected from Earth. Uranus was simply too distant, its atmospheric glow too faint, its upper layers too difficult to study in detail. It became a cold case in the most literal sense of the phrase. A planet tilted on its side, rolling through space with a magnetic field that seemed unstable and an atmosphere that was slowly bleeding heat into the void. The pieces of the puzzle were clearly strange: a sideways planet, a lopsided magnetic field, a cooling upper atmosphere that shouldn't be cooling, but there was no way to see how those pieces fit together, until the James Webb Space Telescope turned its gaze toward it. Recently, an international team of astronomers led by Paola Tranti turned the most powerful space observatory ever built toward Uranus and held it there for nearly 15 continuous hours, almost a full rotation of the planet. The James Webb Space Telescope did not simply capture an image. It stared, it collected, it dissected. Using its near-infrared spectrograph, NIR spec, it hunted for the faint infrared glow of specific molecules high above the visible cloud tops, in a region so subtle and so dim that no Earth-based telescope could properly resolve it. Those faint emissions are not just light, they are fingerprints, signatures that reveal temperature, density, and the physical processes unfolding in the highest layers of the atmosphere. For the first time in history, we were not limited to a flat, distant portrait. Webb's sensitivity allowed scientists to trace how energy moves upward through the atmosphere and to observe the influence of Uranus's unusual magnetic field on those upper layers. Instead of guessing what was happening above the clouds, instead of relying on indirect hints, researchers could actually see the vertical structure. Imagine switching from a blurry silhouette to a full-body scan. That is the magnitude of the leap. Uranus was no longer a blue marble in the dark. It became a layered, dynamic system whose atmosphere could be examined slice by slice. And that is exactly what they did. One by one, the team gathered more than 1,000 individual slices of spectral data and assembled them into a three-dimensional map extending up to 5,000 kilometers above the clouds. This region is the ionosphere, a charged layer of the atmosphere intimately connected to a planet's magnetic field and the birthplace of auroras. For decades, this zone had been almost completely out of reach, too faint and too distant to analyze in real structural detail. Now, it was mapped in depth. This 3D reconstruction revealed how the upper atmosphere is structured vertically, not just across the surface but upward into space, showing how temperature and charged particles are distributed at different altitudes. For the first time, scientists could peel back the layers of Uranus's atmosphere and observe how its internal and magnetic influences shape the ionosphere thousands of kilometers above the planet. It was not a theoretical model. It was not a simulation. It was measured structure. And that structural map would soon reveal something even more unexpected, something that would transform a decades-old puzzle into a new and deeper mystery. When the three-dimensional map of Uranus's upper atmosphere was finally assembled, the first surprise was temperature. For decades, we had described Uranus as the coldest planetary atmosphere in the solar system, with upper layers measured at -224 degrees Celsius during the flyby of Voyager 2. The assumption was that the upper atmosphere was uniformly frigid, a frozen shell sitting quietly at the edge of sunlight. But the new data told a far more nuanced story. The 3D view revealed that Uranus's upper atmosphere is not uniformly cold at all. In fact, at altitudes between roughly 3,000 and 4,000 kilometers above the clouds, temperatures rise dramatically, reaching around 150 degrees Celsius. Now, that number sounds shockingly warm for a planet so distant from the Sun, yet it is actually lower than what older and less precise measurements had previously suggested. That alone forced a recalibration of expectations. But more importantly, Webb's observations delivered definitive confirmation that the long-observed cooling trend, first noticed in the early 1990s, is real and still ongoing. Uranus is unquestionably continuing to lose heat from its upper atmosphere. This is no longer a theoretical suspicion based on indirect data. It is a measured fact. The planet's upper atmosphere is still cooling. A slow thermal drain is happening right now, and that immediately raises the same unsettling question that has lingered for 30 years. What is driving this persistent loss of energy? But the temperature profile was only the first layer of the surprise. When scientists examined the distribution of charged particles in the ionosphere, the anomaly became even more striking. The density of ions was significantly weaker than existing models had predicted. That alone suggested that our understanding of how energy and particles behave in an ice giant's atmosphere was incomplete. But the real breakthrough came from comparing altitude profiles. The ion density peaked at around 1,000 kilometers above the clouds. The temperature, however, peaked thousands of kilometers higher, between 3,000 and 4,000 kilometers. In other words, the region of maximum heating and the region of maximum ion production did not overlap. They were separated by vast vertical distances. That mismatch was a massive clue. It indicated that the mechanism heating the atmosphere is not the same mechanism generating the charged particles. Two distinct processes are occurring at two different altitudes, shaping the atmosphere in ways that had not been anticipated. Something complex and powerful is transporting energy upward, influencing temperature in one region while ion density concentrates in another. The structure is layered, dynamic, and far more intricate than a simple uniform cooling shell. What had once been a confusing thermal trend was now part of a larger structural story. Uranus was not just cold, it was internally inconsistent with our models. The energy budget of its atmosphere did not behave the way theory said it should, and that meant one thing: something else was at work. And that something would become clearer when we examine the most bizarre feature of Uranus itself, its magnetic field. To understand what Webb ultimately revealed, you have to appreciate just how fundamentally strange Uranus is. On Earth, our rotational axis and magnetic axis are almost aligned. The North Geographic Pole and the North Magnetic Pole are close neighbors, which gives us a relatively stable magnetic shield and predictable auroras clustered near the poles. It's orderly, structured, almost polite. Uranus throws that rulebook straight out the window. First, the planet itself is tilted on its side by nearly 98 degrees, essentially rolling around the sun like a barrel instead of spinning upright. But that's only the beginning. Its magnetic field is tilted an additional 60 degrees relative to its rotational axis, and it doesn't even pass through the center of the planet. It's offset, displaced. Imagine if Earth's magnetic North Pole were located somewhere near Florida instead of near the Arctic. As the planet rotated, the magnetic field would wobble and tumble chaotically through space. The entire magnetosphere would twist and contort with every rotation. That's normal on Uranus. This bizarre configuration means that its auroras cannot form in neat circular rings around fixed poles like they do on Earth or Jupiter. Instead, they sweep across the planet in complex, shifting patterns. For years, scientists could only simulate what those auroras might look like under such unstable magnetic geometry. The models predicted strange banding structures and irregular distributions of charged particles. But models are just educated guesses. Webb didn't guess, it saw. The three-dimensional atmospheric map delivered the most detailed image of Uranus's auroras ever captured, and remarkably, it confirmed that two bright auroral bands exist near the predicted magnetic pole regions, precisely where models suggested they should appear. That alone was powerful validation. But what Webb detected between those two luminous bands was even more dramatic. A distinct dark region appeared, a gap where both the atmospheric glow and the density of ions were significantly depleted. A visible void between two zones of magnetic activity. This was not noise. It was not an artifact. It was structural. It was the direct visual signature of Uranus's lopsided magnetic field shaping how charged particles are funneled, or prevented from being funneled, into the atmosphere. The geometry of the magnetic field lines determines where energetic particles can descend and where they cannot. In some regions, they successfully channel into the ionosphere, creating bright auroral emissions. In others, the configuration blocks or diverts them, leaving behind a dark band of reduced ion density. Similar features have been observed on Jupiter, where its powerful magnetic field acts as a gatekeeper for particles, but on Uranus the effect is far more dramatic because of the field's tumbling off-center orientation. For the first time, scientists could see how deeply this magnetic architecture influences the atmosphere, not just at the surface, not just in localized auroral ovals, but thousands of kilometers upward, shaping temperature distribution, ion density, and the entire structure of the ionosphere itself. Suddenly, the mismatch between temperature peaks and ion density peaks made sense. The chaotic magnetic engine of Uranus is pumping energy into the atmosphere in uneven, complex ways, driving heating at certain altitudes while particle concentrations build elsewhere. What had once been abstract theory became visible structure. What had been a long-standing puzzle about cooling and energy loss became part of a coherent magnetic story. Uranus was no longer just a cold, distant world. It was a dynamic system powered by one of the strangest magnetospheres in the solar system. And with that image, the one we had all been waiting for, Uranus transformed from a quiet blue sphere into a laboratory of new physics, a benchmark for understanding ice giants not only in our solar system, but across the galaxy. For decades, Uranus was the planet we overlooked, a distant blue sphere, tilted awkwardly, drifting in silence at the edge of the sun's influence. It seemed static, predictable, almost irrelevant. But what the James Webb Space Telescope has now revealed forces us to completely reconsider that assumption. We now know its upper atmosphere is still cooling, steadily losing heat in a way that defies simple explanation. We have seen, for the first time, a three-dimensional structure stretching 5,000 kilometers above its clouds. We have measured a temperature profile that doesn't align with ion density, and we have witnessed the unmistakable imprint of one of the most chaotic magnetic fields in the entire solar system, carving bright auroral bands and dark magnetic gaps into the planet's ionosphere. This was not just a beautiful image, it was structural evidence, It showed us that Uranus is not thermally uniform, not magnetically stable, not atmospherically simple. It is a dynamic system where energy moves unevenly, where magnetic geometry sculpts the upper atmosphere, and where the physics of ice giants may be far more complex than we ever imagined. And here's why that matters. Ice giants like Uranus are believed to be among the most common types of planets in the Milky Way. For years, when astronomers discovered distant exoplanets similar in size, we had to estimate what their atmospheres might look like. Now we have a real benchmark, a detailed case study, a laboratory in our own cosmic backyard. Webb did more than solve a 30-year-old mystery. It gave us a map of where energy flows, a map of how magnetic fields sculpt atmospheres, a map pointing toward the deeper physics governing giant planets. But a map is only the beginning. To truly understand the tumbling heart of Uranus, to sample its atmosphere directly, to measure its internal heat and decode the engine behind its cooling trend, we will need to go back. A dedicated probe, a new mission, a return to the strangest giant in our solar system. The journey to Uranus has not ended. It has just begun. And if this is what we can uncover from millions of kilometers away, imagine what we will discover when we finally return. If you want to keep exploring the discoveries that are reshaping our understanding of the universe, from the outer planets to the edge of interstellar space, make sure you subscribe. Because the next image we've all been waiting for might already be on its way.